let's do the... What the heck? How did...
What'd you do?
Honey. No.
I think it's supposed to be longer.
Hey, welcome back guys. We got a lot of stuff to cover in this video. We are hopefully going to be getting all the tile on the wall so that we can be done with tile once and for all. I need to get back down into the garage to be able to get that ready for the contractors to come get the sheeting on that. And if I'm lucky, I think we have another set of contractors coming today to work on the solarium roof. We'll get more into that in a little bit, but with that being said, let's not waste any more time in the intro and let's just dive into our projects. I already got one off. Well, I did the hard part. There we go. She doesn't know it yet, but she's being a team player for letting me use her makeup station. We need to cut these guys down, so we're gonna do a Subway style, so it'll be like half and then a full one and then half, you know what I mean, and you'll see. But what we're doing is we're gonna cut not perfectly in half, but we're gonna leave that 1/8 inch grout mark there. So we'll cut just on either side of those lines, and then that should line them up to be perfectly half of the tile with the grout line in there. So those of you who have never used a tile saw, this is like a bridge style tile saw, but the blade actually rides on a bridge above the tile. This uses a diamond tip bit, and that's what you see there. All just embedded diamonds in that guy there, so I can cut the hard material. And then it has a reservoir for water, which is down there, and that's the pump. So it pumps it in here, runs it up through the line down into this guy, and then it shoots onto the blade. I already have our setup here, got our stop set up there for the right distance, and we're gonna go ahead and start cutting. You'll see water will start shooting out here. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn this laser on, and that'll give us a nice level line for our first row here. All right, while Bethany's up there tiling, I'm gonna go ahead and cut some tile for under the window. The way this usually works out, I mean, we've kind of got it down to a system, is she's usually up there laying in the tile while I'm taking measurements and cutting tile. Works out pretty good. That's what works out for us. So yeah, but this is a really busy process. I hate being on like timelines where you have to get something done before stuff sets up. So I'm gonna stop talking, we're gonna start working, and we're gonna keep getting after it. That was perfectly in thirds, and I didn't even know it.
Check my tiles that they're straight up over here too.
Looks good.
Like with the level, sir. You're doing great work.
Directional combing. That's what that's called. When I'm cutting around a round object, I measure the points where it makes contact with the round object, and then also the depth. And so it'd be here, here, and here. And then with this one here, here, and then this was the depth, but I carry that down. Then I find something that's slightly larger. In this case, I just used a quart of paint. I put my spacing on the tile, and then I just trace it out. With this being a ceramic tile, I can use a Dremel tool with a cutoff wheel. It's a diamond tip cutoff wheel, and I'll just go in here and kind of arc the angle. Now, this is super dirty, so you want to make sure that you're wearing a dust mask. Who knew? Uh-oh. Okay. Alright guys, the company that's doing the roof over the solarium is here. They just rang the doorbell, so we're gonna surprise them on camera, see what they think.
It's better than being on a post office wall, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So this is up on top of the solarium roof, and you can see originally had roofing membrane, and at one point whoever put this on didn't do the greatest job because it's pulling away from the brick. But when we had the derecho, it really came and hit this roof hard. So we do have a couple spots where it drips down into the solarium, where I think this flashing doesn't quite go down all the way, or wrap, or that seal there has been broken. So that's what these guys are here working on. It looks like today they got all the railing, or the majority of the railing system off. Let's do it. What the heck? How did...
What'd you do?
No.
I think it's supposed to be longer.
I cut them.
Oh my gosh, honey.
This one was supposed to be. I cut them backwards.
Get off the ladder.
Well, at least I can check my coverage. Ooh. I'm in good coverage on a trail. Okay, let's talk about what just happened up there. So I cut these. I needed small ones and long ones, and I measured it, I marked it, and I cut them. But what I did on accident is, instead of, I needed like this section here, and I saved this section. So I'm going to recut these and save this section, and then on my shorter ones I'm going to save the longer section. So fingers crossed. It is super late. We've been doing this all day, and we have the last tile.
You ready?
Put it in, honey.
La 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 la.
Doesn't fit.
It is kind of short. What the heck?
Second time's
Take
a charm.
Did you do it right this time?
I sure hope so.
Oh, snap.
Last tile.
It's perfect.
What's the good word?
Oh man. We had to go to Des Moines this morning to get plates and screws.
What?
Recovery board
Yeah.
that's going over the hot roof.
You see all the treasures in here? We got Oak Ridge Boy CD, a pair of pliers. Yep. There's a cock gun. If you guys need one. I think there's a murder weapon down there. So.
Murder weapon.
Well, this morning I'm planning on grouting, but I have a dentist appointment at 10. So I think I will do something else. Probably work in the garage for a little bit until the dentist appointment. And then when I come back from that, we will grout and get that tile done. So that's the plan. We'll see if it actually goes down that way. You remember that time when I told you I had to do drywall backers, and I was planning on doing that before they spray foamed? Well, using like a multi-purpose tool and just coming in. All right, that's gonna have to wait. It's time to go to the dentist. You're pretty dirty, old girl. Oh, someone short sat in here.
All right, Nick, open up.
Well, here's the old roof right here. Crazy. How's it going? Got her ripped off already, huh? Yeah. So this is all the original old flashing here. Is that what we think?
Yeah, that was from the wall flashing. We pulled the old counter flashing off.
Okay.
That was all in decent shape too. So yeah.
Really?
When the original, when they done the hot roof, they never turned up the wall.
Yeah.
Which they truthfully should have.
Yeah. So this is galvanized, and then you call it a hot roof?
What?
You said it's a hot roof, which means
Yeah.
what?
It's just a tar asphalt
Okay.
that they mopped down, probably because there's issues with the old galvanized roofs, so they mopped down.
Hey, look at this gutter, this Yankee gutter here. So it comes in, this is all wood, and they cut the trough out of it, and then it's like a K style on the outside here, but it's all built in, and then they would have set the pitch, and it comes down to a copper downspout, which is tiny. I mean, that's like 1.5 inches by 2 inches, maybe. But I just thought that was really neat and wanted to share it with you guys. Unfortunately, a lot of this is rotted out, and the replacement cost is just going to be outrageous. You can see some dry rot in here. And so I think what we'll end up doing is probably peeling all this off and going more like what we have on our other new roof, just doing the aluminum K-style off of this, just to be able to get the water to drain away from the house. I'd love to be able to stave these, but cost and time is just going to be too outrageous to be able to do that. So pretty neat. Well, we got her done, but what a mess. All right, so I am just taking a damp washcloth or a damp sponge and wiping down the tile. So I'm wiping off any thin set that's on it. And then while I am doing that, I'm very systematically going like up one grout line and then down the next to check for any areas where thin set might be sticking up either out of it or in the way where the grout will be. You need to have at least 2/3 depth of your tile for the grout. And so I'll be looking at these, and it's easy to get caught up in this too. Like, I don't really want any white thin set or different shade of gray thin set to be where my grout would be, because it would be noticeable. See, there's a chunk, like this chunk here, you know, that's pretty typical. You're just gonna have a little chunk that you're gonna have to work out. This is a carbide tool, so it's made for cutting out grout joints. Works really well for clearing out the thin set. It's just like a razor blade almost, except it has a carbide tipped blade on it. All right, we have all this cleaned off. It is ready for grout, which we have all mixed up over here. La-la. But while we're doing this, I think I'm gonna park you guys right here. The tile's up, it's grouted, it's sealed, the mirrors are up, the light's back in place, the outlet's done, the faucets, well, it's not installed, but it's sitting there and it looks good. I feel like every time we get something more done in the bathroom, that it just compounds how awesome this bathroom is. And I feel like we're done, but we still have so much more stuff to do, and there's still a long laundry list of things to do, so we still have a bunch of content to film, guys. With that being said, we are gonna dive into that, and we'll see you on the next one.